Hello guys, welcome to UPSCI's Mentor channel. Today we are going to discuss about what are all the current affairs sources and how to prepare for the current affairs sources, how to prepare for the current affairs, like what are all the newspapers you are supposed to read, what are all the sections you are supposed to read in the newspaper. All these things we are gonna discuss in the next slide. सो बेसिकली करंट अफेयर्स के लिए क्या कौन सा सोर्स रेफर करते हैं यूपीएससी आईएएस के लिए? एक जो होता है हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर होता है और दूसरा है इंडियन एक्सप्रेस। तो ट्रेंड इस तरह बन गया है आज का यूपीएससी का पैटर्न। सो यू सपोज टू रीड बोथ हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर एज वेल एज द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस न्यूज़पेपर। If possible, read Indian Express. Otherwise, you can rely only on the Hindu newspaper. And there are two magazines which are released by Government of India. One is Yojana and another one is Kurukshetra magazine. These magazines contains enormous amount of valuable data, so one shouldn't miss reading the Yojana as well as Kurukshetra magazine. Serious aspirant always never miss the Yojana and Kurukshetra magazines. So during January or February, uh, yearbook will be released, that is named like Indian Yearbook 2019-2020. So you supposed to read these books only selective chapters. Don't read complete books. It's like a Bible. So only read the selective chapters. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to write daily mains questions, answers, so that will improve your writing practice. And simultaneously try to solve a couple of MCQ questions following the lot of websites are available in the market. So probably you can follow any one among them and try to solve MCQs. So meanwhile trying solving the MCQ, try to understand what all the methodology, how to elimination methodology, all those things. So probably I'll come up with one video which explains how to solve the MCQ questions, applying couple of smart techniques. There are websites like IS Baba, Insight, Shankar IS, Forum IS, even probably others might be there. So these are all the websites which provide daily MCQ questions based on the current affairs. So you can probably follow all these, any one among them or one or two websites, that will be more than enough. And while reading the newspaper daily, make notes for prelim point of view as well as for the mains point of view. So prelim point of view, it will be basically maps, reports, committee, environment, science, some international protocol, declarations, etc. And read the once you read the Hindu newspaper, Yojana, Kurukshetra, so probably end of the month or first week or second week of the every month, some of the Vision IS, IS Baba Insight, Shankar IS, they will probably release their monthly compilation. You can rely on any one of them. Don't read multiple compilation. Only read one compilation, either Vision IS, IS Baba, Insight, Shankar IS, depending on your compatibility. So read only one, but make sure that repetitive revision, that will add a lot of value to your preparation. So now let's start with how to read the Hindu newspaper. So many of you, when you look at the Hindi newspaper, it will contain probably 10 to 15 newspaper pages. So you're not supposed to read each and every pages of Hindu newspaper. So only you need to do is selective reading, selective articles reading. So how to select the article, that I'm going to explain in this coming slides. So once what you need to supposed to do is you're supposed to scan through the newspaper. So mark the article which are important in the newspaper. Just it will take probably 3 to 5 minutes. So how will I get to know which are all the articles am I supposed to mark? So that is what the tricky question. It's very simple. So you have to follow the IS syllabus. If the article follows in the IS syllabus, UPSC IS syllabus what has been provided, then mark it. And once it is done, then go through the articles and read it thoroughly. If it is important, make some note out of it. So let's start with syllabus like polity. For example, if there is an article on polity like Supreme Court, High Court, Election Commission, amendment, or any article, parliamentary bill, parliamentary committee. So read such kind of articles. Don't miss such kind of article. So what UPSC tend to do is when such kind of news and such kind of article prevails in the news, so UPSC tend to pick up the question directly from that article. So here is smart guesses like you have to map your static syllabus with the current affairs. So anyway, polity you have syllabus of Supreme Court and High Court. Probably say there is an article which is trending on the newspaper for 1 week or 2 weeks. So in that case, so UPSC might tend to frame one question on the Supreme Court and High Court because it was already in the newspaper. So similarly for environment syllabus, to be this it doesn't contain the complete syllabus. Just I'm giving the kind of scenario how you have to pick how you're supposed to pick up the article from the newspaper. So for environment purposes, for environment related syllabus, like if there is a article on any animal, like say a schedule 1, schedule 2, or critically endangered, vulnerable, something. So you you're not supposed to miss such kind of articles. You are supposed to read and make a note out of it. If there is an article on forest, if there is a reserved forest, are you getting what I'm saying? And if there is an article on environment protocol or international organization which are related to environment, let's say United Nations Framework Convention on Climate, World Health Organization, if there are articles related to report and committee forest reports, then don't miss such kind of articles. Read it thoroughly once or twice and make note out of it. And there will be two sections, one is editorial and another one is opinion. So you never supposed to miss these articles from editorial and opinion. So read it thoroughly, try to understand what the editorial is trying to say. Sometimes the editorial is falls into the polity section, sometimes into the environment section, sometimes into the economy section. So always try to read each and every article which falls into the UPSC syllabus. And opinion also, it also contains such kind of articles. If newspaper contains article on the history culture, so don't miss such kind of articles. So read it and make a note out of it. UPSC might tend to ask direct question from that static point syllabus. For economy for economy, like let's say if there is an article on the RBI repo rate, SLR, or if there is a article on non-performing asset, Basel norms, reports committee, read it thoroughly and make note out of it. For international relations, like international organization, for example, IBSA, BRICS, Food Agriculture Organization, World Bank, if article contains all these words, so don't miss such kind of article, read it so that you will you will get habituated to such kind of habit once you start reading in this way. Once you start reading in this way in a month or 1 3 4 weeks, you will get to understand how to read the Hindu newspaper. There will be declaration, there will be agreement between the countries, so that falls into the international relations. And probably there will be articles on science and technology, biotechnology, on recent development in the information and technology, apps, medicines, so that falls under the science and technology. Read all those articles and make small note out of it. And even there will be some articles on diseases, so like for example malaria, etc. You need to read such kind of articles. Space, for space related, so probably most of the articles either on the ISRO and NASA and other organizations. So read articles if it is related to asteroid, planet, galaxy, moon, mission to different planets, satellites, artificial satellites, natural satellites. So try to remember at least last 2 years current affairs from the science and technology point of view, defense and space. So probably UPSC there, that's what they are following nowadays. And for defense, read all the articles relevant to the defense, which happen to be development, recent development and changes. Let's say some changes happen to the Agni missile. Let's say some changes happen to the or new features added to the Akash missile. Then read all the relevant features of the particular missile and what was previous, what were all the different versions, what were the different features. So read thoroughly and revise 3 4 5 times, so you will remember each and every concept by revising multiple times. There is almost one more section, PIB. So either most of the newspaper contains the content of the PIB, so I believe you are not supposed to duplicate the reading, but still if you want to read the PIB, you can refer some compilations available in the market by GS Core, IS Baba, Insight, Forum IS. They provide PIB compilation weekly wise, monthly wise. So you can read it and revise it 2 or 3 times in a month. That will be more than enough. So the major question is how to read the Yojana and Kurukshetra magazine. Yojana and Kurukshetra magazines, they carry a lot of weightage, like directly there will be 1 or 2 mains questions, probably 1 or 2 prelims questions from these 2 magazines. So don't miss these 2 magazines. So only thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to follow the selective reading. Don't read each and every word, each and every page of that. If the article is relevant to the UPSC syllabus, then only read that. Otherwise, skip that article. Uh, if you're not, if you didn't understand thoroughly what was the Yojana and Kurukshetra magazine is intended to say, then probably you can refer to the compilations from the Insight, IS Baba Shankar. Provide they provide every month the compilation of Yojana and Kurukshetra in 12 to hardly 12 to 15 pages. So what you're not supposed to do while preparing for the UPSC, you're not supposed to buy some n number of magazines available in the market. Let's say XYZ name. I don't want to take the names, but don't buy such kind of magazines. They are not prepared in UPSC standard. They are generally meant for all other competitive examination. They are not meant for the UPSC. So probably try to keep yourself away and save your money. Don't buy magazines. Better refer this some IS website, IS related website coaching compilation. That that would be more than enough, along with Hindu newspaper. And one more thing is, you make a note out of it. Don't read 2 3 4 compilations every month. Let's say, yeah, I want to follow Vision as well. I want to follow IS Baba, Insight, GS Core. That doesn't make sense. You follow only one compilation, read it 2 or 3 times. That that will give you a good glimpse of confidence, and that will give you good knowledge, and it will help you to remember what you had read instead of referring to the multiple sources. So this is also applicable to the books also. Don't refer multiple books. Only read one book thoroughly, make note from the books, and revise it multiple times. That is the sutra for success sutra. That is success mantra. Thank you for listening to my video. Uh, my channel name is UPSC IAS Mentor. So if you have benefited with this video, please do subscribe to my channel. And you are most welcome to suggest any doubts or suggestion. You can post your comments in the comment section. Probably I'll address. Thank you once again.